does the endless cycle of exploring, expanding, exploiting and exterminating find its place in the cold, dark vasts of the great unknown? Or does the depth and complexity in Endless Space 2 ultimately lead to its downfall? Endless Space 2 is a beautiful looking game. In fact, absolutely stunning. That's probably a reasonable expectation to have of a 4X title. There isn't a great strain on the GPU at any time in games of this kind, so a high level of polish and fidelity should be par for the course. That said, where so many titles get this wrong, Amplitude Studios have perfectly crafted a gorgeous, peaceful and rather ethereal place to be. The sound effects and accompanying soundtrack also add to the overall feel. It is almost as if it has been purpose-built to be a siren of a game, luring you in with bioluminescent lighting, pastel colours and soft, entrancing sounds. Like a moth to a flame, I found myself drawn to the console of Endless Space 2, which is just beautiful, plus functionally well designed and exactly what is needed for a view that you are going to be seeing over and over again for many hours on end.
We were already hungry when they created us.
Normally, 4X games struggle to weave any kind of effective storytelling into their games. However, what I pleasantly discovered in Endless Space 2 is Amplitude Studios have created multiple distinct and immersive story arcs, one for each of the unique races you can choose to play with. I found this to be a welcome new element to this tried and tested gaming model. The story arcs are all as unique as the races they relate to. The most human-like race, the United Empire, are lumbered with a very human problem: political intrigue and overturning a dark and mysterious emperor. But then you have the Unfallen, who have a completely different story around the factions of light and fire in their religion and the conflict that exists between them. With 8 separate races and 8 associated story arcs, there's a lot of replayability here in Endless Space 2. Especially if you consider that each race not only boasts a unique story arc, but also differing gameplay mechanics. I personally never played the original Endless Space, so I have no yardstick against which to measure the depth in this newer title. However, as a new gamer to this franchise, I have to say I found the depth in Endless Space 2 exhilarating, but at times also slightly frustrating. The tutorial itself does do a solid job of walking you through the basic gameplay mechanics, but after that you are pretty much left to fend for yourself with some rather intricate gameplay systems. There is just so much detail under the hood of the 4X system in Endless Space 2. The basics are the same as any game of this type. You explore the galaxy around you by dispatching probe ships from your starter planet, which can rather conveniently be set to auto-explore, which is a great feature for newer gamers to this kind of experience. You then expand by colonizing the planets and systems your probe ships discover through the use of consumable colonization ships. You then exploit these newly conquered planets by constructing different types of building and structure, which have the purpose of acting as production facilities to increase the various primary resources you need with which to keep continuing and expanding your empire. These primary resources are food, industry, dust, science and influence, or FIDSI for short. From there, you then exterminate the various alien races you come across, or seek diplomatic solutions for the challenges you will experience with them. But hey, where's the fun in that? In terms of upgrades and progression, there is a rather impressive looking upgrade wheel, with skill trees that have been clumped into logical groups such as military upgrades or economic ones. However, I did find some of the placement of these new upgrades to be slightly illogical, which did throw me occasionally, such as finding access to new military ships on the influence side of the upgrade wheel, rather than in the military one. Amplitude Studios have included a search box, which does make life a lot easier. Through this upgrade wheel, you gain access to new tech, new buildings, new weapons, and everything else you need to continue your plans for galactic domination. As with most 4X games though, Amplitude has not managed to find a solution to the tedious combat contained within them. Due in part to a rather neat ship customization feature, the battles themselves in Endless Space 2 promise so much, but ultimately deliver so little, and it was not long before I was auto-resolving them as quickly as possible so I could return to fettling with my planets and planning my upgrades. One day some bright gaming studio will figure out a way to splice together the high strategy from a 4X game like Endless Space 2, with the tactical ship combat from the accomplished Sins of a Solar Empire. Add a drop of VR to the mix and you'll be in Bleurgh's world gaming heaven.
We will discover new sciences and new life.
For any who are still uncertain, Endless Space 2 is most certainly a 4X game, and not an RTS. If you're looking for tactical battles with large space fleets, this is not the game for you. However, if you're looking for grand strategy in space with a fantastic level of depth and complexity, then you should definitely go and grab a copy. Endless Space 2 doesn't really offer anything new or imaginative from the tried and tested 4X formula. However, what it does do is give gamers a gorgeous, beautifully crafted and highly immersive galaxy empire building experience. It's quite easy to lose more than a few hours tending to your empire, your planets, your fleets, and then hitting the next turn button, eagerly awaiting your next set of upgrades to complete on the progression wheel. Amplitude Studios are experts at providing this level of escapism with aplomb, and they certainly haven't missed a trick with their latest 4X iteration. Personally, I have really enjoyed all of my time in Endless Space 2, and I'm happy to give it a solid 4 zombie heads out of 5. If you liked the review, please feel free to hit like or subscribe, and please do leave feedback in the comments section.